Hey y'all, today I wanted to talk with y'all about I guess, giving the devil his due, and the old saying that even a broken clock is right twice a day. I just saw Congressman Matt Gaetz not too long ago, maybe an hour ago, on Fox News talking to Tucker Carlson, and he said something that many other congressmen and senators, especially senators today, have been saying, which is that it is the non-delegatable duty of Congress to declare war. You heard Senator Lee and Senator Blumenthal, uh, Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky, and some others come out today and say that the administration under our president, or his advisors in the administration, do not believe that under almost any circumstance that it is required that they should consult Congress before committing an act of war. Uh, Senator Ted Cruz was on Fox News earlier and went so far as to say that yes, of course, to declare war, but that's prolonged occupation and embattlement. Um, no, Senator, it's not. When you use, when you kill, use military action on a foreign nation's sovereign soil to murder, again, you murder the second in command of a foreign nation. And then after the fact say it was due to terrorism, and again, have showed no proof to the people that the Constitution gives the power to, gives the authority to grant you the powers to go to war. That's why it's called the War Powers Act. Again, the congressman went on to say that he believed that some of the advisors to the president are trying to slow walk the president and the nation into a war with Iran. Well, the problem with that is that John Bolton and Mike Pompeo and all these guys have openly, I mean, every news outlet, every political pundit has been saying this for the last 3 years, that they're war hawks, that they want war with Iran. So why it's surprising that when the president is placed into a corner, that he lashes out to draw the heat off of him again with this impeachment. A lot of people believe, again, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but there are two that are going around that I find very interesting. One is that the president started this little incident, or huge incident rather, with Iran to draw attention away from the impeachment hearings, to just be another distraction, to up the ante and distractions every time something comes along that he does that is just completely insane and preposterous. I mean, that theory holds water. I mean, if you look at history. But another one I heard, which wasn't a theory, it was a question that was posed, which was this: do you think that Pompeo and these guys purposely, because they knew that they believed that Trump is going to be impeached, that they convinced the president to do this because they wanted this done anyways, and the buck stops here. It's all on the president. At the end of the day, it's his decisions, that it's his orders that allow these things to happen. And so it'll all fall on Trump, and they'll get what they wanted in the end. And I think, wow, that's wholly possible. I mean, with as vocal as Bolton was when he left, I mean, the guy was pretty quiet on most things. He would say some pretty snarky things on Fox News or whatever, whenever we're talking about Korea and Iran and Syria and stuff. Of course, anything that had to do with war, he started salivating. But he'd been exceptionally quiet since he had left. And then the moment that Soleimani's killed and it's confirmed and we take credit for it, John Bolton's given everybody involved pats on the back saying congratulations on his public media page. And then instantly offers to testify in the Senate, which would apparently help to convict the president and have him removed from office, which again goes back to that theory. Is it possible? I mean, Pence and Pompeo, Mulvaney, and all these guys did show up at Mar-a-Lago and convinced the president. They say that they gave him a variety of options, but I'm sure that, as in everything else, that his hand is guided. I don't know. It's just a theory, something to think about. Not even my opinion. But back to the idea of the clock, or the broken clock being right twice a day. So we go back to Matt Gaetz. You are correct, Congressman. It is a non-delegable duty of the Congress to declare war. You should have all the authority to do so. For Ted Cruz and others to say that no, it should only be in this instance, and that all these other actions should be allowed, or that under the bill we passed to allow us to go into Iraq and take out Saddam Hussein and fight terrorists back in 2001 and 2002, that gives us the right 18 years later to go in and murder a man from another nation just because he happens to be in Iraq at the time, is preposterous. The second thing that the congressman has been right about, however, is that he is the second of only two Republicans on, I believe it was the House Judiciary Committee, who voted to pass the MORE Act, which passed out of the Judiciary Committee and has to go through other hearings and blah, 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 and confirmations before it gets to the Senate, which hopefully Mitch McConnell will not be the head of by the time it makes it there. I'm sure that with as slow as Congress is, it'll probably won't make it there before the 2020 election, which is at the same time as McConnell is up for re-election in Kentucky. And maybe the good people of Kentucky will do the right thing and vote another Republican into office. Somebody who isn't so hell-bent on not doing things for the country, not doing things for his fellow Americans. The MORE Act is a bill that's supposed to decriminalize marijuana at the federal level, expunge and let people out of jail across the nation for misdemeanor charges related to marijuana crimes, and to put money back in the community basically impacted by the war on drugs. Now, a lot of people do not believe, including Matt Gaetz, that if it gets there while Mitch McConnell is still the head of the Senate, the majority leader, that it will even get heard on the floor, because McConnell, again, anything that's even so much as touched by a Democrat, doesn't matter what the bill is, what it's supporting, what it's against, he refuses to even hear it. He refuses to bring it forward for a vote, and I think that's pretty despicable. I think that's a dereliction of his duties, his obligations, and his oath. People keep wanting to say that politics is a team sport. Well, that means sports are about games, winning and losing, and that means there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, and that is antithetical of why the Congress and the Senate are there. They're there to serve the people. There should be no winners and losers. There should only be winners. We should all be prospering from decisions made. We should all be benefiting from these decisions. No one should be being harmed in these decisions. So to propose legislation, any other thing is unconstitutional. Again, guys, these are just my opinions. Please join in the conversation and comment below. If you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. If you hated it, guess what? Subscribe and hit that notification bell and come back and hate me again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.